Hey all, this is Alrighty Then, and today I'm going to talk to you about making a hurricane bin. This is going to be a bin that you're going to use when anytime a hurricane is coming, you go to that bin and everything that you need is there to get yourself started. We're not talking about water, we're talking about just the things that you need in a pinch, and things that will last a long time, that can stay in there indefinitely for a long time. So I have a list here, and the first thing you're going to need is a bin. So I've got a big bin right here. So the bin will have to be as big as you need it. So I think this is, it's a Rubbermaid, it's a Sterilite 1945N3, but I don't know how big it is. It's big enough, I guess. So let's go down the list of the things that I think that you need to have inside your bin. So the first thing is propane. Now propane in this type of container will last a long time, and you don't need to worry about it. It's going to be inside the bin, inside your house, so it'll be protected. So that's one thing that you're going to need inside the bin. Also, I had placed a bucket, so let me cross those two things off. So the bucket is the last one on my list, so that way I know. And you're going to use the bucket to put certain things in so that they don't bounce around in the bin, so like the propane. And while I have this bin in front of me, I'm going to go ahead and put candles in this bin. And you want to try to get long-lasting candles. Now they do sell candles like this, candlesticks. Those will work, but these type of candles work better. They last a long time. These things run for days, okay? And get a couple of them. And again, I'm putting those gentle things inside my propane bin, so that inside my bucket, so that they don't break. And also my regular candles. And I'm also going to have some butane to fill lighters. And you want to get some long lighters and some of those little small big lighters. Okay, and some of the small little lighters. These I picked them up at Walmart for about $1. That's going to go into my candle propane bin. The long lighters is to reach the barbecue so you can start it up. The propane is in case you have those small little propane stoves. You can always use that to cook. Now, in my kit, I'm also including an entire propane tank. And something that's very important is this propane tank adapter. You're going to use this propane tank to fill the little propane tanks that are in the bucket. Okay, the instructions are in there so you can read it. That's going to go in my bucket. And why a bucket? Well, not only does the bucket help you carry everything, but it's also in case you need to flush a toilet, you're not going to have running water, so you can always grab some water, throw it in the bucket, and save it. Okay, so that's the propane. So let's scratch that off. So we've got the propane, we've got the propane adapter, we've got our bucket, and we have our candles. So I'm going to go ahead and put my propane, and this propane tank has a gauge on it, so you always know it's full. And like I said, the propane tank is not going to go bad, so you can leave it in there. The bucket is not going to go bad, so you can put it in the bin. All right, now, what else? Sunblock. You're going to need some sunblock in case when you're out there chopping the trees and chopping everything, you're going to get hot and you're going to get burnt. So have a little thing of sunblock just in case. That goes in the bucket. All right, where am I? We got the lighter, matches, and the butane fuel. We have all that. And also, I didn't mention butane fuel to refill your Zippo lighters or your torch lighters, just in case, because fire is important, okay? See if you can get yourself some rope, either paracord rope or a larger diameter rope so you can tie things off or whatever you need. So that's a rope right there. So we've got that. Batteries. If you can, keep whatever type of batteries you may need for whatever type of flashlight that you have. So for example, I have this nice lantern here. It holds about 8 D batteries. So I'm going to make sure I have D batteries in my bin. So this is going to go in my bin. Go ahead, son.
What are you writing there?
I'm checking off the things that we need for the hurricane bin. So this is a lantern. Do not keep the batteries inside the flashlights or lanterns because they do corrode and then they'll ruin everything. Always keep them outside. Right, son?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So my my lantern is in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my D batteries and all my batteries in this bin inside the bucket, okay? But I'll put that aside for now. Also, a saw. This is a foldable saw. It costs just a couple dollars to trim some limbs if you have anything that fell down, so that's gonna go inside the bucket. A knife, some type of survival knife if you can, or a nice machete, or a large size knife also to cut limbs that have come off, or you know, to cut whatever you might need, again with some paracord. So this knife will kind of help you cut whatever you might need to cut, okay? Those are important things. And like I said, the reason for the bin is so that you can go in there, get what you need, and always know where it is. So the knife and the machete is going to go inside the bin as well. So let's cross those off. So what do we have? We talked about batteries. Regarding the batteries, rotate your batteries in and out. They come in packages that are already sealed, and the package says that it's good up until 2020, 2028. So what I would do is every year take those batteries out, use them, and put a new set of batteries in the bin so that you always have a fresh set in the bin. That's for batteries. Tarps. Tarps are really important because with the tarps, you're going to be able to cover your furniture, as on my previous Hurricane Irma video. When a hurricane comes, you want to elevate your furniture using blocks, whatever you have. I'm using these furniture elevators here, so I want to cross that off. Furniture lifts. And the furniture lifts will help you raise the furniture off the floor in case your house floods. At least you have something. So you have to know how much your house is going to flood in order to know how high you're going to lift it, okay? Mine doesn't flood that much, so I know that I can get away with this. And that goes in the bin. Going back to the tarps. Once you've got your furniture elevated, you're going to use the tarp to cover the furniture, because if your roof leaks, the ceiling will get saturated with water and the ceiling will fall, and all that insulation and debris will fall on top of your furniture and ruin it. At least with the tarp, you can cover things and save it. Also, after the hurricane, if your car windshield gets broken, usually the hurricanes don't have so much water. They do, but it's not like it's a weird thing. The water doesn't just come all at one time. It's just a constant flow of water, but it's usually a little bit. Sometimes a lot, sometimes not so much. But anyway, if that's the case, you can always cover up your car or cover up a door that may have blown in so that stuff doesn't come in. So we've got bins, and have a couple different sizes of bins so that you can cover what you need to cover. So let's go to tarps. Have a bunch of different sizes of tarps. So we've got the tarps covered. Sunblock, we have that covered. The bin, we've got that. Tape. Get some tape. Duct tape, packaging tape, whatever tape you may need to maybe tape up a window, tape up a box, tape a tarp around, whatever to secure it. So tape, that goes in the bucket. So we've got the tape. Screws. A major problem is that a lot of people, the minute the hurricane comes, that's when they start looking for screws and anchors and stuff like that for the wood that they're going to buy. You don't necessarily have to have the wood on hand, but at least you have the screws, because the wood paneling is going to go, but if you don't have the screws, what's the point of having the wood paneling? And that's the first thing that goes off the shelves, the wood paneling. So get yourself some Tapcon screws so that you can anchor the wood to the concrete wall, or get yourself some long wood screws so you can drive it through the panel, through your wood house, okay? So all that stuff goes, and this is non-perishable stuff that you don't have to worry about getting messed up. For those people who have hurricane panels, get yourself some extra panel screws or extra panel wing nuts. So all these screws and wing nuts, I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in my bucket. So have extra wing nuts, because a lot of times the little wing nuts, they break and you have to replace them. So this is something that you're always going to need more of them. So as soon as you can and as soon as they stock them, go out and get some more. Also, you can get some washers with some nuts that fit the 1/4 inch screw so that you can secure whatever it is you need to secure. All right, get a bunch of washers and get some extra screws. Okay?
Hello, hi.
What else should they bring, son? Do you think? Stop! You're shaking the camera.
Yeah.
Get off the table.
What?
Okay, so we got tarps. WD-40. WD-40 can be used to start fires. It can be used to lubricate. It can be used to dry electronics. So this is something also good to have in your hurricane bin, and it's not going to go bad just sitting there. So that's something else. So you've got your screws, your WD-40. Okay, and again, the purpose for this bin is so that at any point, if you need to have everything in one place, that's what you're going to go to. If you can get yourself an ammo box, not necessarily to put ammo in it, but these boxes are very sturdy, and they're also good to keep documents or any type of passport, anything you want kept safe and dry. Have an ammo box with you. They sell them at Costco, BJ's, and things like that, or you can go to your local surplus store to get that. So let's see where we are. We've got the screws, the wing nuts, the adapters. Oh, as far as the adapters go, you know, sometimes I'm always scrambling around where I put my my adapter. So these are a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and a 3/8 inch socket to drill driver adapter. These are important because sometimes when you're putting those little nuts on your windows, you want to be able to drill them in and out real quick without wasting too much time, especially if you have a lot of windows. So have these in the bucket so that way you know where they are and that they're easily accessible. You don't have to go hunt for your toolbox. Where did I put it? Who did I lend it to? And things like that. So that is part of the adapters here. Flashlight, lanterns. We talked about the flashlight and the lanterns already. Remove the batteries from the flashlights, because if you don't, the compartment gets corroded. And like this one, this is an old one that I had. I'm not sure you can see inside, but the light is pretty much useless because the batteries fried and the acid just kind of ruined everything. So don't store the flashlight with the batteries in them. Right, son? If you're not going to use it, don't store it in there. So we can put those in the bucket. So we got the flashlight, we've got remove the batteries, we've got the dry box, we talked about the knife, saw, the machete, we talked about the WD-40. Also, some large trash bags. If you get yourself some large trash bags, you can use those bags to cover up whatever it is you may need inside, like furniture, speakers, chairs, so that again, when that stuff goes falling, you don't have to worry about it. So have a couple of trash bags on hand so that way you don't have to go buy them. And get the ones that are the 3 mil thickness. That's a big thickness so that if anything falls, it won't break so easily, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so we've got the trash bags. I'm going to put some in there. We've got the tarps, large trash bags. Oh, a water bladder. There's this device called a water bladder that you put inside your tub. You fill it up with the tub and you just close it, and it will keep you some safe drinking potable water that you can use. So a water bladder is important. A poncho. Get yourself a poncho because, you know, if after the storm it may still be sprinkling, you know, at least you can stay dry. Or if the roof opens up in your house like it did to me and Andrew, you can go ahead and, you know, stay dry inside your house. Get yourself some playing cards so that in case things get kind of boring because you don't have any power, no TV, you need to entertain, you're going to use that. Okay, so we've got the playing cards. Cash. Get some cash, put it in the dry box, and keep it inside the bin. About $500 worth is okay because when the power goes out, there's no credit card machines, there's no ATM, there's no, you can't use your debit card, none of that stuff. Get off the table, son. So you can have some cash on hand, and I recommend about $500 because with the $500, you can get emergency. Kai, get off the table, son.
Why?
Don't touch the table. You're shaking the camera.
Why not?
And the people at YouTube don't want to see the camera shaking. So get off the table. Thank you. So you want to have cash on hand, at least $500 in case you need to pay somebody to come remove some debris from your house, get some emergency supplies, because none of those things are going to work, okay? We got the bucket, we got the candle. A water filter is good. If you can get a water filter to filter some water. Most of the time, you can find water. You're not going to be drinking it from a river, so it's not like you need to filter it like that. And if you do have a water boil order, you're going to have to boil the water inside your house. Kai, where are you going? Where are you going?
I want to sit there.
Okay, come, but don't block. You see, everybody's looking at this. Come on. Mr. Spider-Man.
Hello.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Included with the knife, the saw, the machete, we're gonna use a multi-tool. Whoops, multi-tool. Get yourself a multi-tool, like any type of Leatherman, any multi-tool whatsoever, so that in case you need it, you have a plier, a knife, a cutter, everything all in one place. All right. So as far as your emergency bin, I think those are the most important things to have in there. Also get a couple empty Ziploc bags, so if you have any extra documents that you want to put in addition to that, you can do that. So let's go over the list again. We've got the propane adapter to put propane from the big tank to the smaller tanks. We've got lighters, matches, butane, fuel, Zippo fuel if you have that, rope to tie stuff off, sunblock because you're going to be outside, batteries, tarps, furniture, lifts, tape, screws, wing nuts, adapters. Those are any type of adapter for your screwdriver. We've got the flashlights, lanterns, dry box, knife, saw, machete, WD-40 to loosen the screws after the storm in case anything gets kind of rusty in there. We have WD-40 water filter, the large trash bags, candles, water bladder, poncho, playing cards, cash, and a bucket. And the batteries, like I said, you could rotate them in and out. So just kind of cycle them through one at a time, okay? And I think that's it for now. So once you have all your supplies, put them in the bin and put it away. Also, have a list of everything you have inside the bucket. That way you know what's in there. And have that accessible somewhere where you can easily look at it so that in case you need to find out what you have, what you don't have, you can get it. So have a list typed out of everything you have inside the bucket by quantity so that you know exactly how much you have. So let's say that the last thing will be a list, a printed out list of all your supplies. Okay? That'll be the last thing you need. A printed out list of everything you have so that, yes, son. Yes, you can, but that's not a toy to play with. You can play, we're going to play with the other one in a second, okay?
Come on. This one?
With the trouble one.
This one?
Alright guys, so thank you for watching my video. I hope the light wasn't too bad. The lighting, the sun, I kind of did it for the lighting of the sunlight while I was inside the house. As you know, I am in Florida right now and Hurricane Irma hit and we don't have a lot of power. So thank you for watching. See, if you have any questions, leave your comments and concerns. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright guys, see you later. God bless.
Bye.